Hey traders, TG Watkins here. I wanted to show you guys a pattern that I was kind of seeing on something like McDonald's. You can see here on the daily chart, hourly chart, that this thing had come down quite a few times, and down here, and then back up, and then down again, back up, down, up again. And that certainly makes for difficult trading if you're trying to find something with an actual trend. Otherwise, if you're short-term trading, this is probably a field day for you. But one thing to look at this, I was kind of going back and noting a few things, is first off, we can see that there were higher lows forming right there. Again, pretty tough to work with if you're trying to hold this on to a longer period. But as time goes on, you can start seeing that these things are working out like this. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that I like to really use moving averages. And what you can see is some of the first stuff right in through here, kind of holding the hourly 50, and it gets past the hourly 200, so the 200 is no longer resistance. But then as it starts to get higher and higher, you notice right around here that price actually starts to fail through the hourly 50, and then notice that the hourly 50 actually starts going into a down direction. And then along with that, you can see that price starts to fail the hourly 200. So it comes down and then it starts to bounce up again. And this time when it meets the hourly 50, notice that it fails through it. Whereas this time it actually held it. So a little bit different and something to pay attention to and notice if you're trying to trade something long and holding the trend and see where it wants to go. So that fails through there. And then, but the next time you see this thing pick up, it starts to hold the 50 and it takes little dips in through here that look like it might start failing. But then you notice it actually starts to hold the hourly 200. So that's your little bit of a safety net. So again, the difference here, you can see it kind of failing the hourly 50, but then it fails the hourly 200, and you'll notice that the hourly 50 is in a downtrend. Whereas here, it pretty much just takes a dip, gets held by the 200, and the 50 really just goes sideways and then back up. And so that is where you're starting to see that support and these moving averages are actually being confirmed that they want to hold and move higher, whereas down through here, it was failing and failing. One other thing to notice is in through here on the daily chart, you can see that the daily 50 failed. You can see here the daily 50 failed, but then you can see here daily 50 is still working. So those are some of the things that you're looking for to help identify if something is working. Is just a matter of fact if it's working or not working. And then I like to use those moving averages on a variety of time frames to see if they're going to help out. Of course, I could be talking about the Moxie indicator down here a little bit, but for right now, I just wanted to point out these moving averages and what to look for. Thanks again. We'll see you at the next one.